All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Thursday. What, Kriss is live on a Thursday? He was only going to do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I made a video this morning trying to figure out the current crypto crash and kind of had a feeling I was going to be going live this afternoon. And sure enough, we have Dogecoin breaking below 9 cents, 8.9 cents. Breaking 8.9 cents. We have Bitcoin in the 63s, broke down below 69K and broke down even lower. Initial breakdown was to 67, then we went to 65, now 63.4, and there is no stopping this pullback right now. ETH 1,850. XRP $1.15. XRP is now down 23% in the last 20 hours. 23%. XRP is getting slammed. Probably more than most of the top coins. But it's all red right now. All bloody. So we're going to talk about that here. Watcher Guru says, look, Bitcoin crashes below 65,000. $2 trillion wiped out from the crypto market cap since October 2025 and the Bitcoin all-time high. $2 trillion since the October 10th flash crash started. That is crazy. That is a lot. We have my fractal of what I thought Dogecoin would be doing here in early February, and we are much lower now than even my fractal. So this is tough. Guys. Flying Raven says, look, I think 75% of the ETF inflows are from people who don't understand Bitcoin. Now that they're underwater, we wait for them to liquidate more, still a ways to go. So a lot of this on Bitcoin is falling back to those that bought all those ETFs when Bitcoin was over $100. I mean, $100,000. And now they're selling. And they don't believe in Bitcoin. They were just trying to buy it to make a lot of money. They don't believe in Bitcoin. Paper hands in those ETFs. So I think there's still going to be downward pressure. And we also have, of course, the liquidations are just continuing at an amazing rate, and it's not good. In the past 24 hours, just on Bitcoin alone, there's been $1 billion. Almost $2 billion in all of crypto on leverage trades, which are like 93% long. They get some new shorts taken out every once in a while when there's a little uptick, and then it just continues down lower. So this is turning out to be, after October 10th, the end of this could be the second biggest liquidation event this cycle. That's what we could be looking at right now. Every one of these dips, you wonder, okay, is that the bottom and it's going to recover? Okay, is that the bottom and it's going to recover? And now we've got another bottom for Dogecoin at 8.75 cents. And we wonder, okay, is that the bottom? Or is it going to fake us out again, come up a little more, and then drop even further? That is still in the cards. So we got a lot to talk about. A lot of this is just going to be commiserating with you guys in the chat. So what are you guys talking about? What is the cause of the big crash and how long will it go down? Well, that is what everyone is wondering. I have my own theories about it. One of them are the Bitcoin ETFs that I just talked about, but I do think the market makers are also manipulating the price even lower, taking out $1 billion in Bitcoin leverage, plus another $1 billion across the rest of the crypto market. You guys get tired of me saying this like a broken record, but these exchanges are ruthless. They do not want the leverage traders to win. And there's new leverage traders coming in every time on a lower dip, trying to ride the recovery up with leverage, 5x, 10x, 20x leverage. And then they just get wiped out again. It's gambling. The exchanges and the market makers take out the gamblers again and again. Now, we can talk about Trump. We can talk about the Fed chair. We can talk about interest rates. We can talk about all these other macroeconomic events. But to me, it comes down to the paper hand holders on the ETFs and the market makers taking out the leverage trades. And it just goes again and again and again. And we're stuck in this loop. And I don't know when it's going to stop. So I already told you when I'm buying, and it's not till summertime. I have no faith in this market. I have not bought anything except Megal. I did buy Megal stock today. I bought Megal stock today, but I'm not buying anything in this market right now. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. People are just dumb who keep gambling. Agreed. Agreed. Even Tom Crown was about to buy or open a leverage trade, but he had already gotten wiped out on his Solana bet, so he didn't have any money. It's a good thing that he didn't, because right after this little run up, it dropped further. He would have gotten wrecked. He would have gotten wrecked yet again. So it's a good thing he already got wrecked, and he didn't put more money on the exchange to then get wrecked again, because that's what would have happened. That's what would have happened. I can only tell you when I'm going to be buying Doge there, Nuck, and it's not until the summer. That's just what I'm waiting for. Waiting for. A crazy time for crypto. Yes, Duchess. It is crazy. The Doge 1 mission timing is perfect. 2027. It turns out, yeah, this would be a tough time right now to be launching Doge 1 because we are in the bear market. And I still don't know why people don't remember when I actually turned bear last fall. Because some of these comments on my videos are just, they're totally getting it wrong. You called super cycle. And I'm like, I did not call super cycle. I was making fun of the people causing the super cycle or the extended cycle, the 5-year cycle, like all that. I was showing it, but I wasn't agreeing with it. I was saying, no, I still believe in the 4-year cycles. We already had the 4-year cycle with Bitcoin. And it is a 4-year cycle for Bitcoin that did happen. And I explained that all before. That's what we've got. I don't think we're going to hit the official bottom today, taters. I don't think so. Bottomless fries at Red Robin. Well, there you go, Ryan. All ready to food. It just went right to the food. Hey, Warbsy, you guys aren't happy we can lower our average? Yeah, I think I can't wait to lower my average, but I'm not doing it now. I already told you what my bear market bottom price was, and we haven't hit it yet. Is it time to max long? Again, if Tom Crown had done it during his live stream, he would have already gotten wrecked on it. We're already in a bear market, and this leverage flush doesn't help. Exactly. Again, this is just my view of it. Other people will come up with other excuses. But in the end, I just go back to the DJing gamblers getting wrecked again and again and again. Trump will save it. He doesn't care about crypto, Ronnie. He doesn't care. I think you're being sarcastic. This is a wild ride. It is. It is. Many loans were taken out to avoid having to sell at 70K. Ooh, that's the worst thing you can do. Not financial advice, but don't do that. Don't use credit cards. Don't use loans to buy crypto. This is such an uncertain market. Oh. Unfortunately, I'm out at break even, not going to let the makers make me. Buying Tesla. We'll revisit crypto on down the road. Yeah, good price on Tesla right now. It's in the 390s. So Tesla has fallen below 400. If Doge hits 6 today, I'm all in. Yeah, I don't think 6 cents is in the cards. I mean, this is already a 12% drop where it is now. Maybe we're going to, it's almost 4 o'clock. Once we get to 4 o'clock, maybe we're going to drift sideways a bit like we did yesterday at this time. We just started drifting sideways. And then overnight, there was a further drop. So we may get that. We may get that. I DCA buy on the way down and then DCA sell on the way up. Most people don't DCA sell. Matt, most people are waiting to hit the top. They're too greedy. And then when the top hits and it turns back and starts falling, they're not, I don't want to say smart enough. They're just, there's too much hopium and they're thinking it's going to turn around and go higher. So they don't take any profits. And then they ride it all the way back down. And we saw that at the end of 2024 and throughout 2025, just waiting and waiting and waiting. And now you're going to round trip it all the way around again. People are making bank shorters, but the long leverage traders are the ones that are easier to take out because of all the negativity. And so they do that. It's harder to take out the shorts. You need a lot of other people buying, not just the market makers. The crypto blizzard. Yeah, that's tough. Will Doge be profitable for the next bull market? Jose, that's a good question. We don't know what's going to happen after this liquidation event. And through the summer at the bottom, we've been through this cycle before, the bottom of 2018, the bottom of 2022. And crypto comes back. It always comes back. But will it next time? We don't know. That's the uncertainty of it all. There's no guarantees. People think it was so easy. Yeah, I'll just buy crypto low and I'll make millions of dollars. Maybe. You don't know that. You don't know that. Are we going to have a 1 penny party? Thank God I have a 76-year-old sugar mama. Don't have to sell my crypto. Keep it coming down so we can load the... At this point, right? Why not? At this point, it's like the capitulation is there. We're already down to 9 cents. We hit 875 just a little bit ago. I mean, who's selling now? Right? Who's selling now? I guess some people who was like, we're too late. And they say, well, it's going to go down to 6 cents. So I might as well sell at 8 and then buy back in at 6. All your coins are still on an exchange. Well, that makes for easy selling, doesn't it? But are you going to sell? Well, that's what we're waiting to see. Show them. Are we going to go down more or are we bouncing? Well, we've had these bounces today. We had one early this morning, recovered, and then came down lower, bounced up, came down lower, bounced up, came down lower. Now we're bouncing up again. Is it going to be another lower? That's what we're waiting to see. And it's not just Doge. Doge down 13.5, Bitcoin down 13, ETH down 13, Algo down 13, Solana down 13, ADA, HBAR, SHIB, all 13 until you get down to XRP, and XRP is down 21%. XRP getting slammed worse. Along with Zcash and a number of others, like Monero's way down. But most are in this like 13% range. That's not good. It's the whole market. Look at that green candle. We're so back. Oh, we're back. Let's buy the dip. Will Elon Musk save Doge? Maybe someday. It's not going to be today. The great financial crisis is right in front of us. Everything I warned about in September last year is happening. The great financial system being replaced. And I made a video about the financial crisis that is coming as well. And people just don't want to believe it. And nope, if everyone in the chat bought $1 worth of Doge, Doge would be the same price. It's not going to change it. Buy at the top, sell the bottom. Greedy, still holding, buying more. It's going to stay down a few weeks. I think it's going to stay down a few months. The only kind of blizzard I want is the Dairy Queen blizzard. I'm hoping Doge will do the same as XRP the next bull market. We do all hope that, but we don't know. Gold and silver also tanking. Yeah, there's capitulation in the markets, including gold and silver. We did have stocks down for a while today, but this afternoon they started to recover back a bit. And then now going into 4 o'clock, they're dropping back down. Stocks are going back down into the 4 o'clock close, which is about 12 minutes away. So we had some recovery going on, but it's all coming back down here into the end of the day on the stock market. And there's the gold coming down this afternoon as well. Looks like it's going to drop below 4,800 for gold. Tesla trying to hold on to the 390 mark here at the end of the day, but it is less than 400 now for Tesla share. Doge is at 8.9. Depressing crypto, it hurts. Hey, Byron, you just saw your screenshot when Doge was 28. Those were the days, right? Wasn't that nice? Bitcoin sniffing its way to 62. Yeah, when we did our bear market bottoms on Bitcoin back in middle of October, and I did from the recovery after the October 10th flash crash down to the then dip low, Bitcoin was 67K. That was the bear market bottom. And Bitcoin has fallen below that. Doge was 6.7 cents, and we're not there yet. That's the 1.61 on the Fibonacci retracement that we looked at. Others are lower as well. XRP is lower. It was going to be 121. It's now 118. We have ETH lower than what its pullback price. Solana is down to $78 now. It has now dropped below 80. So not even the almighty Solana. I wonder what James at Invest Answers is saying right now. I'll bet he's still all loaded up in Solana and Bitcoin, and he's losing money as well. So it doesn't matter. What in the world is going on? This has nothing to do with Mr. Epstein. No. Although there's a lot of rumors about like who started Bitcoin, who made up Bitcoin, like all of that FUD is starting to come back out again. I don't believe it. Tron is only down 4%. Tron, really? There's Tron. Yep, 4%. 7% for the week. Tron's actually holding up pretty well. We talked about Tron yesterday. The Tron holders are doing much better than just about everybody else. And Bitcoin Cash, not bad. Although Bitcoin Cash is 13% today. Yeah. Biggest winner today are stable coins, right? All the stable coins, they're the winners. And then you can look at the losers. XRP topping the list. XRP, Leo, Monero, Pudgy Penguins, Matic, Polygon, SWI. Look at SWI, 89 cents now. Ondo. It's all this hype about Ondo, and it's 22 cents now. Still not buying. Still not buying. Not selling either. Holding. Patience is a virtue. Eric thinks it was a day to buy. I expect a slow grind up the next few days. We could. I don't know why XRP is falling more. I don't know the reason for that. Maybe it was because XRP was holding up well enough before, but now weakness is dropping it. So what are those companies supposed to do now? The ones that were selling pizza for Dogecoin back when it was sitting at 27 cents. I'm sure they're just holding because they know it's going to come back up. Am I irritating you? Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad, Chris Iorio. Yeah, as Ryan says, you don't have to listen. Whew. Bad job reports. That's part of it. Just load it on. Short-term bear, long-term bull on Dogecoin. Me too, Orbison. Me too. A lot of people are saying 54K for Bitcoin because that hits the total fib retracement for Bitcoin. We can take a look at that. And this is looking at 62.5. That's ugly. So we can go back. So I guess you have to do this on the weekly. You have to look at the whole market. I haven't actually done this. Take the bottom and the top. And you get the 0.618. On my chart, it's 58,000. 58,000 is the 0.618. Is 58,000. So that would be the mark right there, which is kind of the dip in summer of 2024. That was the dip. Was right there at 58,000. But this is dropping. It's dropping quite a bit here for Bitcoin. Does Bitcoin's dump down to 58% trigger an altcoin rotation? I don't think there's going to be an altcoin rotation. Altcoins are more on the backs of retail, and retail doesn't have any money. Doesn't have any money. So no alt season. That's correct. No alt season. Bitcoin went from 65 to 13, but like 69 to 15.6 were the exact numbers last cycle. If Bitcoin drops to 30 this time, buy the charts. Hey, Maramello, how are you? I know 0.88 or 0.088, correct. That's Doge, 0.088 right now. This is weakness. Look at the weekly charts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row on the weekly. We had the little relief rally at the beginning of the year, as I had predicted, and it's just been down since then. We're even lower than the 9.5, which was my so-called support back here on October 10th. That was 9.5, and we've fallen below that. Many were calling for 9 cents as the next support, and we're at 8.8. Pengu is getting crunched today. You can take a look at Pengu. $0.0059. The retracement line on this was 0.0022. So Pengu has not reached its bear market bottom yet. 0.0022. So we still have to another 50% down to get to that for Pengu. Because Pengu was holding pretty well through December. Pengu was holding pretty well. Early emergency stream, that's right. Under 9 cents for Doge. Holy moly. We're all going to make money if we buy with it this low, Ryan. Yeah, I believe so. I believe Dogecoin will go back over 10 cents at some point in time, maybe fall 2026. John sold all your Doge today. Finally capitulated and sold and buy back in lower during the summer or whatever it drops to. You're young, got plenty of time. Low rollers projecting Bitcoin into the 30s. Howdy, Anthony. How are you? A giveaway, Miss Charlotte. We will have to do that. We will definitely do that in just a little bit. That's so nice. It's a Dogecoin fam, right? It's like, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Where was that? Right there. Just got to get my chart open here. All right. It'd be nice if the birth month ended in the green. On the monthly, red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th red month in a row. And of course, it's all across the board. Bitcoin, 5 in a row. ETH is now working on 6 red months in a row for ETH. Solana, 5 months in a row. XRP, 5 months in a row. And we are right now, right near that bear market bottom. Actually, we're a little lower on XRP. This is bad. This is bad. Love it. Time to buy. You guys better pass it on so we can have a long giveaway. If you love a crypto, please like and share and subscribe and all of that. Thank you, Duchess. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, Kronos, how are you? What's going on? Giveaways always make the price go up. I don't think XOM is a real thing like that. On a 5-year chart, there might be some coincidence there of a reverse thing. I'm the one who continues to say that we're so early in crypto, that there isn't a use case for day-to-day living. I've always said that, Anthony. We're still too early for all of that. There is not huge adoption. We are early. That's why it's risky. I have said that all along for years. It's risky. I'm not the one to be talking about use case and day-to-day living. I've always said it's a fringe currency. Dogecoin is a fringe currency. The corporations buy Bitcoin and then go to, so, all right. Not gonna lie, crypto's a dumpster fire. You're also a February? Mine's the 24th. Of course Easy is chuckling. He says one thing with his smiling little face, but behind the scenes, he's causing havoc. Wreaking havoc. All eyes on gold, the big runner. No, it's going down. Gold is going down today. Big time. Not as bad as crypto. Hey, Royal Rogers, let's keep it cool. Don't have to spam the chat. Ask a question if you like. You want the giveaway word to be crackhead? Of course you do, Charlotte. We will do that. We will do that. You're a legend. David, I'm not going to look at the 5-year chart. I'm sorry. The 5-year chart. Well, it's got 2 candles on it and a part of a third. Is it ever a good idea to panic sell? Yeah, somebody up in the chat just did. Sold because they think it's going lower and they're just not going to ride it the rest of the way out. Wait, you want me? You want me to save crypto? You want me to save it? I wish I could. I wish I could just snap my fingers and go, yes, we're back. Even if we're in the crypto blizzard, still keeping the faith. Yep, Kriss on a Thursday. That means either one of 2 things. Either we're going up or we're going down. Unfortunately, today, it's down. It is a down one. Thursday, special stream. Too bad it isn't the green color. I wish I had huge bags to dump. I've got decent bags, but I'm just holding through. Long term. I'm not playing that swing trading game with crypto. Oh, Megal closed the day at 88 cents. Oof. Oof for you Megal holders. And I thought buying more at 99 cents was a good idea. But this sell-off here, because I bought some here at $1.18. And now, today, I bought right here. I bought right here. Because I thought just under $1, 99 cents. Awesome. That was going to be a great buy. And then even Megal dropped lower. And I thought, because Megal's one of these Chinese stocks, I mean, NEO was up today and XPeng was up today. So I thought the Chinese stocks were actually going to hold pretty well, but Megal did not. Megal did not hold. So, yeah, this says 90 cents, but at close, it actually went down to 88, according to my Weeble chart. Ouch. Looks like Jasmy is about to break 0.005. Yes, it did. Jasmy down hit 0049 on the dip. This is all across crypto, guys. It's all across crypto. So right now, what we're waiting to see is whether this is a rebound or is it just another little fake out and we're even going to go lower tonight. That's what we're waiting to see. China has a lot of problems. Their whole real estate market is down like 50% from a couple years ago. The government is, keeps everybody afloat, right? Communist government keeps everybody afloat, but the investors, not good. Not good. New low incoming in 5 minutes. Yeah, I got excited about $1 Megal too, and I bought 2,000 more shares at $9.95, and I thought, awesome. And then it went to 88. 88. So that was tough. All right, guys, to brighten our moods, Miss Charlotte is helping us out, spreading the love. You know what we should do? We should do 4 giveaways on a day like today. We should do 4 giveaways. You got some Litecoin at $52? Nice. All right. For the emergency, the keyword is not going to be Dogecoin today, Will. Due to the request of Miss Charlotte and because we're trying to have some fun. We're trying to have some fun. The word, my friends, is crackhead. Crackhead. Put crackhead in the chat. Crackhead. If you want to be entered in the contest. Crackhead with a capital C. Crackhead. Put crackhead in the chat and you will be entered in the giveaway. We're going to give away 4. Charlotte, look at this. Crackhead. Okay, so for those who haven't been here before, we do these giveaways. And basically are using the giveaway tool from StreamYard that randomly selects from all the people that type the keyword into the chat. And that's how you get entered in the giveaway. You have, see, Pothead doesn't work there, Mars. Pothead doesn't work. Got to type crackhead in the chat in order to be eligible to win Dogecoin. We're going to do 4 draws, 25 Dogecoin each. And then if your name comes up, you have a choice to make. You can either accept the 25 Doge or you can say pass it on and we respin. We respin. So crackhead is the key word. And we're just not getting a lot of people typing crackhead in. I guess people just don't want to get some Doge. Charlotte is being very nice, generous. This is true, Charlotte. I've never said the word that much. The word is getting rejected, Anthony says. Charlotte, we may have a problem here. I think the system is figured out that maybe crackhead isn't a great word. Charlotte, we may have to redo this and just use Dogecoin. People are getting rejected. Okay, we're going to do it again. We'll do it again with Dogecoin, Charlotte. Sorry, your crackhead thing didn't pass muster with the StreamYard gods. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go again. And let's just use Dogecoin because I know that works. All right, guys, do it again. Dogecoin this time. That was a stress test. I already told you how low we're going to go there, Craig. Not today, but through the summer. My bear market bottom. I don't know, Compo. Something was blocking the word crackhead being able to be used in the giveaway. That's probably coming from StreamYard. Once there were 5 typed in crackheads, they said, no, we can't have this. Sorry, Charlotte. We can't have this. So Dogecoin. Type Dogecoin in the chat. You will be entered only if you type the word Dogecoin in the chat. We're going to give away 4 sets of 25 Doge each. Yes, Crypto Dogs. We said it a little earlier in the chat. I'll follow up after the giveaway. Okay. And we'll talk about bear market bottoms again. Yes, you got me to say the word a lot. I know, low roller, but that word, the crackhead word, was successful many times, and it got through YouTube. So something interfered there. 1 giveaway today is good. We're giving away 4 sets of 25 Doge. Now, if your name comes up again, you have the choice of either accepting the Doge or passing it on, but you have to be active in the chat when your name comes up, and you've got to type something in the chat like, yay, I won, or something, so I know that you recognize you won before we go on to the next spin. And then at the end of the giveaway, of all the giveaways, sometime later after the live stream, you need to send me an email with your Dogecoin wallet address and your YouTube handle so I can match it up with my record of who won. And then later tonight, I'll send you the 25 Doge. That's how it works. But yes, you have to send me an email, and I will put the email address up on the screen after the 4 giveaways. Because this is Dogecoin. This is what we do. And then we'll get back into looking at the charts. They haven't changed. Doge is still at 8.9 cents, I see. So we're okay. We are okay for that. So everybody got the word Dogecoin in the chat. Now, once you type Dogecoin in once, you're good for all 4 spins. You don't have to type the word in again. And if you win or you are selected, but you choose to pass it on, your name won't go up again in the following spins. So that's what we got. We are going to begin our first giveaway now. I am all set. Are you guys ready? Let's go. First spin. Philip Domingo. Philip Domingo. You are the winner of the first. Yes. I'm a meathead. Philip. Philip Domingo. Well, congratulations, Phil. You won it all. Well, you get 25. You get 25. All right, let's go to the next draw for the second group of 25. Will. Hey, Will. Here you go again. Lux. Congratulations, Will. I think it's been a little while, but sure, why not? Oh, I forgot to do the applause. Applause. You're welcome, Will. There is roll number 2. All right, we're going to draw again. Roll number 3. If you haven't entered yet, type Dogecoin in the chat. Dogecoin. Third one is Mercheek. Hey, Mercheek. Congratulations. There's the third draw. Are you here there, Mr. Cheek? Oh, yeah, I know they're going after Sailor. I talked about that a while ago. And it's not they, it's one individual. But I don't want a cease and desist letter. Is Mercheek in the house? I'm going to count you down, Mr. Cheek. Unless I missed you. Did I miss you in the chat? I don't think so. I don't see Mercheek. I'm going to have to count you down, sir. I got you, Will. All right, we're going to count Mercheek down. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 1. All right, Mr. Mercheek, sorry. Can't be AFK. So we're going to respin that one. Let's go. Let's go. Carrie Terwellen. Congratulations, Carrie. Are you here in the chat? Ah, you're welcome. Here you go, Carrie. All right. Last roll. Last roll. Here we go. Doge, this is the way. Love the name. All right, this is the way. We could just start calling him cease and desist. Ah, so I know you're here. Do you accept? Awesome. You're welcome. And thank Miss Charlotte. Awesome, Miss Charlotte. Applause to Miss Charlotte. Applause, applause. All right. Now, for those who win, you need to send me an email. And the email address is KrissCrypto@gmail.com. KRISSKRYPTO. KrissCrypto@gmail.com. Include in your email your YouTube handle and your Dogecoin wallet address. It needs to begin with the letter D. D for Dogecoin, so it's on chain. None of this OX wallet crap. That's not real Dogecoin. Needs to begin with the letter D. So please include that in the body of your email as well. And tonight I will transfer the Dogecoin. We do have a red candle coming back on Doge. As I thought, it was going to be a fake out recovery and then drop. And that is what it did. We are not into any full rebound mode at this time. We're not in full rebound mode. Hope we cheered up. Thank you, Charlotte. That's Dogecoin. That's just the power of Doge. The power of Doge. It can fight through all the FUD. The power of Doge. You can add my email in your email contact list. And sure, send me emails anytime. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. Everyone wins with Doge. That is correct. It is not a good day today. Bitcoin, 63,247. Its low was 62,375 earlier, 62. And again, for those that were watching Tom Crown earlier up here when it was at 65, he was trying to open a long on this bounce, but he had already gotten liquidated on his Solana long, and he didn't have any money left in his leverage trading account. But he was ready to do it right here. He was going to put a long leverage trade in. I think the crypto gods were looking out for him. I think the crypto gods were looking out for Tom because he would have gotten liquidated. Just like that. Sometimes it works that way. XRP just dropped below my entry price. It hit $1.14. XRP hit $1.14. My entry price is 58 cents, so I'm still good on my XRP at 58 cents. $1.17 is below my bear market bottom target of $1.21. And at that time, I thought $1.21, that's going to be hard for XRP to get down there. Nope. Nope. XRP dropped almost 25%. Yeah. Yeah, we can go to the, this is going to be very red, right? Very, very red. The crypto bubbles. The crypto bubbles. Yeah. XRP, 23% right there. Right there. 23%. Render 16. Bonk 14. XLM 14. XTZ 15. So yeah, there's some big numbers out there. There's XMR at 20. Poor Leo. Sorry, Charlotte. Leo's down 23. Did you ever buy any of this? Now is probably a good time to buy some Leo for Leo. And Pengu down 17. So yeah, it's very red across the market. Very red. Good day to spend the day. Yeah, we can commiserate together. That's for sure. And we can talk about the reasons for this. Let's see what Mr. Grok has to say. Why is Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and crypto dropping so much today? Let's see what Grok says. It's a good way to sum up everything, right? Why? Why? hawkish Federal Reserve signals, institutional outflows and fading demand, broader macro and geopolitical uncertainty, leverage, unwinding and liquidations, and doubts about crypto narratives. There's a new one. That's the new one right there. Bitcoin's failure to act as an inflation hedge or safe haven. Because we saw that, right? The divergence between gold and silver and Bitcoin, right? Total divergence there. And we've been calling Bitcoin, right, the digital gold. Well, that wasn't so much the past month. Well, gold was hitting new all-time highs and Bitcoin was dropping. So that's a new one. But these other four I did mention earlier: Federal Reserve, institutional outflows, fading demand, and a lot of it on the ETFs, broader macro and geopolitical uncertainty, which I made a video a week ago on the financial crisis that's coming and how things aren't looking so great. And of course, the leverage, the mighty leverage, more liquidations, doubts about crypto narratives. That's a new one. But it is true. Dogecoin, thank you, Grok, for pointing out Dogecoin. Appreciate it. See, you know Elon is behind this if he's specifically saying Dogecoin. Now, I did mention Dogecoin up here in my question. So, as a meme coin with less fundamental backing tends to move even more extremely in tandem with Bitcoin in the market, retail exodus, weak derivatives interest, and broader risk aversion. However, Dogecoin, on a percentage basis, is about the same as Bitcoin. It's all about the same. Doge, Bitcoin, ETH, Algorand, Solana, ADA, HBAR, SHIB, Harmony, Litecoin, they're all about the same. So that's not bad. 8888. I just saw 8888 on the Dogecoin. Market's been horrific. I'm not trading till summer. And that's what I said over a month ago. That's when I made this fractal. I made this fractal at the end of December. And I said, I'm not buying until the dips during the summer. So I haven't bought. The only thing I bought was some Megal today. Some Megal stock. Has anyone checked on Michael Saylor? You know, one thing that Tom Crown actually showed on his live stream today was he went back to 2022, and on a percentage basis, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy at the time, they were down lower percentage-wise than their average price at that time. They just didn't hold anywhere near as much Bitcoin as they hold now. So on a dollar for dollar basis, they're down more now money-wise, but less percentage. But it's like $7 billion now in the red from MicroStrategy's average price, which is at 76, just above 76,000. And I have a line here, up here. This is the MicroStrategy line right there. Actually, I should actually take that line and I should turn it orange, right? MicroStrategy line right there. That is that one, just over 76. So yeah, we're down. We're down quite a bit for MicroStrategy here. 17%, but that's $7 billion. That should cover my losses for the day. Again, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. I'm just telling you my strategy and what I see in the 4-year cycles. And in June 2022, that's when Dogecoin hit 4.95 cents. Last bear market, that was its lowest price, was June 2022. And I still believe in the 4-year cycles. Nothing has changed me from that position. Just DCA on Megal. You bought some at 91 cents. I wish I would have waited, but I thought when it dipped under $1 to 99 cents, I thought that's the time to buy. So I lowered my average from $1.18 down to about $1.12. I didn't buy as much as I bought on the first round. So yes, I did buy more Megal, 99 cents. So I now have 5,000 shares. And I'm at like $1.11, $1.12 as my average. I thought Meggle would be up because NEO was up and XPEF was up. The other Chinese stocks were up and Meggle went down 20%. That was weird. So, I mean, just hold on and wait. And wait. Rip Leo. Yeah. Rip Leo. Pepe's down too. Pepe went below 4. Pepe's in the 3s now. Pepe in the 3s. Oh, that's Gala. Sorry. There's Pepe. In 3.6. That's 0.00036 for Pepe. That's down. I'm still waiting. Pat's getting ready to buy 40,000 Dogecoins. Doge is riding along, Bitcoin breaking hearts. This is a Bitcoin-led effort. Absolutely. And I've said it before. This is CZ targeting Michael Saylor. I'm on it. I'm in on that conspiracy theory. Just like he did Do Kwon, just like he did Sam Bankman-Fried. Hey, if Binance wants to send me a cease and desist letter, go ahead. Bring it on. I don't care. Never bought Leo, but I think I'll pass. All in on Doge and Bitcoin. I get it. I still question myself whether I'm going to buy some SWE or something else this summer. I don't know. I'm not buying 25 cryptos back, though. That I know. People are depressed. Yeah. Very sad to see a lot of people currently incurring a lot of losses. So much for Trump saying, yeah, Trump, and I've been saying this, Trump is not crypto friendly. He doesn't care about crypto. He cares about the stock market. Oh, you think it's about this Epstein link to Bitcoin? That's some, there's a big conspiracy out there of he was much more involved with Bitcoin than people thought. But I don't think he was doing stuff back in 2009 with Satoshi. So I think he got into it later from the evidence that I saw in the Epstein files was like 2015 or sometime in that time range. So Bitcoin is already around for 5 years. He could have bought a crap ton of it. That's possible. Definitely buying more Doge if we go into the 7 to 8 cent range. Drop my average, accumulating bigger bag. There's always 2029. 4-year cycles, man. 4-year cycles. Are you going to take some profits next time? DB bought some. Joey, you've been holding 100,000 Doge since 2020. I wish I got out. You were going to sell this year. It didn't pump like you were expecting. And now they're going to round trip it again. Yeah. Eric bought some. So Francisco, it's harder to get the shorts. You have to have a lot of positivity in the market. You got to have a lot of other people buying. The market makers themselves cannot raise the price that much on their own. That's why. It's easier to take out the longs and drop the price. Just by borrowing a crap ton of coins from the exchange and dumping it. Drops the price. And then they buy back in at a lower price and we get these little pumps. And that's all. That's the market makers, right? They buy back in, they repay the exchange, they keep the profit. That's how they make money. The use value is coming, Logan, and there's believers with a solid Dogecoin family, future integrations, future adoption of Doge. So it does have a use value, actually, as a currency. You can actually spend your Dogecoin, which we just showed today with a giveaway. Nobody's doing that for Bitcoin. You do it for Doge. It took a long time. I called it at the end of October, Anthony. I called bear market as soon as Bitcoin hit the 50-week moving average, and it got confirmed. That's when I called it. Exactly. I think it was maybe 1st of November, maybe 2nd of November, something like that. Here, we can look on the chart. I can tell you exactly. I can tell you exactly. Because that's what I was waiting for, was that confirmation. Let me turn on my moving average here. Put it on 50. This is exactly how it happened, Anthony. I don't think you were here at that time. Right there. There's the dip below. It came back above and then dropped lower. And I said, okay, that's it. Confirmation, bear market. So that was the week of November 10th. That's when it was, the week of November 10th. These other guys in the chat remember. It's exactly when I called it. And it was right around $101,000. And I thought on the relief rally, beginning of January, Bitcoin would go up and retouch the 50-week moving average, which was right around 101. I thought it would at least touch 100,000. We touched 98. We got close, but not all the way to 100. And that was the relief rally I called for. And my price prediction for the end of January was lower than where January started, because we were going to fall back down. And that played out exactly as I predicted, because that's bear market stuff right there. So yeah, I called it right there at 102,000, let's call it, is where I called bear market. That's how it played out, Sir Anthony. Google volatility today was crazy. Google. Yeah, not today, Ron. That'll be for tomorrow. Well, everything's going down. Seeker went up 40%. Got a Robinhood listing. Doge is the old school meme. Everybody knows. That's true, Eric. That is true. It's here to stay. I know. It's all that banana zone crap. Extended cycle, super cycle, all that stuff. I didn't believe in any of that. It was the 4-year cycle. Oh, he was getting paid in Bitcoin. Mr. Epstein, getting paid. Yeah, peak is down. I saw it went down below 2 cents. The old Barron Trump narrative. That is funny. Mega will recover next month. It goes on these 1-month runs, like every month or so. Every month or so, we see a run on Mega. There's May. Actually, after May, this is 2023, and that was the huge one in May, and then we had one in December 2023, and then we started in May again, and then July, and then September, and then January 2025, and we had another run here in February, and then another one in May, another one in June, another one in July, another one in September, October, December, and then we just had one here in January. So all of those are runs, and it does it like almost once a month. Occasionally it skips a month. So sometime in February, we're going to have another run in Mega. It just does that. And so I wait for the next one. I wait for the next one. Vladimir Putin might have invented Bitcoin. The stuff is out there. The stuff is just out there. People buying Doge at 20 cents. They're now afraid to buy at 9. Could be. Yeah, and I know. And it's all on my videos and live streams. Everything that I predicted, it's all out there. I don't hide anything. And people still say I said things that I didn't say. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to go and show me the proof then that I actually said something. But no, it's people don't want to put the work in. They just want to say, oh, Kriss said it's going to be a super cycle. I said, no, I was showing people. I was showing everybody what other people were saying about a super cycle. And I was saying, nope, I still think it's a 4-year cycle. There's no super cycle. That's what I said. And it's on my videos and live streams from November. Yep. Called the bear market a couple weeks after the October 10th event. Agreed. Doge minimum 35 cents. Why would I say Doge minimum 35 cents? I mean, I hate to prove you wrong again. I hate to prove you wrong again. Doge didn't even make 35 cents in October. The highest it got in October was 26 cents. So why would I say Doge minimum 35 cents when it wasn't even at 35 cents? Now, I might have said that as it's at least going to 35 cents while we were in this uptrend here, this green line. October 10th changed all that. Remember, October 10th, again, changed everything. I wasn't saying 35 cents after October 10th. Get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. I just get tired of people saying things I didn't say or putting a timeline on that wasn't right. Robinhood now has 57 cryptos available. Some of the stuff that they've added is just bizarre. Very strange. The magnet was at 30 cents trying to get Doge to go back up. It was a joke. Joke. I know BTC's down. So, yeah, 54K. One thing was 58 on the current fib retracement. I promise you, wait till October. Yeah, we could see in October some recovery after bear market bottoms. Yep. And there's a lot of people freaking out too, Jason, about the whole AI narrative and like how many servers do we actually need for all of this AI stuff. I'm getting annoyed by AI now on websites. I mean, you can't do anything. It's all over everything, this AI stuff. And I was like, I don't want it. I want the answer. I want to find the actual answer, not have some AI like in between. Just, I want to go to the website. I don't want to see the AI crap. I want to find what I have and done and be done with it. Right, Anthony? But October 10th changed everything. October 10th changed everything. The long-term outlook is great for crypto. It's just got to wait another 4 years. Well, 3.5 from here. You have to wait. Now, we still have for Dogecoin, the wild card, Elon, X money, something like that, as I've continued to say, that it can actually go against the grain and actually shoot up in price. But we wait. Chain link. Link. $8. Yeah, so if we look at the bottom for Chainlink, we go up to the top, not that one. Yeah, the 0.618 was way up there. So then we look at our narrative that we did from low to high after October 10th. Yeah, it's already below the 0.618 of 13. So already much lower. The 2.618 was 994. We're below that. So yeah, the Chainlink pullback is big. That's big. $8.875. So my narrative on Doge has been the all-time high in 2021 shouldn't have happened because Doge was totally overhyped. I mean, if you look at the bear market bottom from the previous cycle, the bear market bottom to the 73-cent peak, I mean, that's 68,000%. 68,000%. I mean, come on. Totally overhyped. Doge never should have traded this high. So I said, well, on the second run, because remember, Bitcoin went to 69K on that second run, that right there should have been more of what the all-time high should have been, 35 cents. 35 cents. So with that, and I know I'm making stuff up, right? But it's like, I mean, the overhyped total craziness in Doge, that never should have happened. So if I say 35 cents, then we can see that Dogecoin did go up to 48 cents here in December 2024. So it was a higher high, and you discount the overhyped move up to 71 cents or 73 cents. And I know you're going to go, oh, it really did go. And I know it did. I was living it. I was doing live streams and videos all during this time. I know exactly what Dogecoin did. I wasn't buying anything up here, though. Absolutely not. I bought it 2 cents down here. And I was just riding that. But I didn't sell because we thought with that overhyped craziness, it was going to go to $1. Mind you, at that time, I had only been into Dogecoin for like 6 months. I was still learning. And I admit it, I was still learning. That's why I took profits this time. Did I get the absolute top? No. But that first slice at 42 cents, everybody was giving me a hard time about it at the time. Well, what are you selling Dogecoin for? I'm like, I'm taking a slice like I said I would. I know. Exactly, Kronos. People are quick to blame Kriss for things he didn't say, but don't blame all those other moon boys. And I'm trying to keep it realistic. Yeah, I saw the magnet. We were having fun with that magnet, trying to pull Dogecoin up. It's a meme. I didn't say Dogecoin was going back to 30 cents. I was keeping the magnet up there as Dogecoin continued to go down. And you guys kept saying, "Whoa, let's bring the Dogecoin price or bring the magnet down." And I was like, "No, I just keep it up there." Oh. Start suing these guys. Oh. Kriss said 2 bad words today. You're keeping track. Hey, I could have said the target for October was minimum 35 cents at the beginning of October. It all changed on the 10th. Not once after the 10th did I say Doge would go back up to 35 cents. You can look at all my videos and live streams, and if you find that, you can clip it and you can send it to me. Okay, Anthony? Put the work in, because I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Right, after the 10th. No, Anthony, exactly. These guys know. No, the chain link chart looks bad. If 1010 turned the bull market into a bear, could something big enough turn this bear back into a bull? I think there's too much negativity to turn it around. Too much negativity. You're welcome. Exactly, it was before. I was stunned after the October 10th. And then I said, I don't know what this market's going to do. That is what I said. MicroStrategy dumping big time. Yes. How's it doing after market? And I said a month ago, I wouldn't be buying MicroStrategy. It's down to 102. It went down 17% today trading, and it's down another 4.5% after market, down to 102. Ouch. MicroStrategy. That's in trouble. MicroStrategy is in big trouble. Look at that. Zone went back down to 24 cents. Zone is all the way back down to 24 cents. God, what a joke. I'm not buying that until the summer either. It was Binance. Of course it was, Jeremy. Of course it was Binance. Meme coin recommendations. Let's talk about that in the summertime. There's 0 meme coin recommendations today. Absolutely none. This is a bear market. Memes are getting ripped. It's all my fault. Yes, Javier. Blame Kriss. Hashtag blame Kriss. Yep. There we go. Run for your lives. Yeah, the minor stocks are down too. They're getting hit. They are getting hit. I got a bunch of them here on my watch list too, and it's not pretty. Riot down 14% today, and then down another 2.5% after market. Clean Spark down 19% today and down another 7% after market. Ouch. Yeah. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. The big boys are after Micro Sailor. Again, as Tom Crown showed today, he was down bigger percentage-wise back in 2022 than he is today. But I think he's got more at stake today because of all of that other stuff he was doing with a preferred stock and doing other thing with whatever. He was just moving stuff around in order to dilute MicroStrategy stock to get more money to buy more Bitcoin. So, yeah. Yeah, Sailor won't sell right now. But how low does Bitcoin go before MicroStrategy becomes insolvent? Because that's really what it's going to be. And that MicroStrategy stock is doing a nosedive right now. Yeah, mining is not good right now. You're better off just buying Doge instead of paying your electricity costs for your miner. That's what's happening too. A lot of mining rigs are getting unplugged. When it's low, we buy. When it's high, we sell. Yes, James. We try and do that. We try and do that. Any negative news? We ask Rock right here. We ask Rock, Danny. Hawkish Federal Reserve. There's going to be no rate cuts until Warsh takes over, and then we'll see where we are in come May. Institutional outflows, fading demand, those spot Bitcoin ETFs. Remember how great they were? Oh, they were so great in 2024. Not so great in 2026. Not so great. Those IBIT ETF holders who invest through BlackRock, they're paper hands, total paper hands. They were just buying it to try and get rich. They don't care about Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency. Broader macro geopolitical uncertainty, absolutely, because what is crypto? It's risk on. And that whole digital gold thing here about the crypto narrative, that Bitcoin was like a digital gold. Nope, didn't play out. Gold kept going up and Bitcoin was nosediving. And of course, the biggest thing on my list is the leverage unwinding and liquidations as Binance, Wintermute, Kraken, Coinbase, all their market makers were big time selling to drop the price to take out the leverage traders. That's it. That's what you missed, Danny. Do you see a small relief rally? Not right now. It's cascading and it's going to continue to cascade. Eventually, it's going to kind of fade out sideways a bit, but I don't see a big relief rally. Not right now. Bitcoin about to go back into the 62s. Got to be a green day tomorrow? We would hope, but on the daily, that's a big red candle on the daily. That's a big red. Remember here we were talking when Bitcoin was way up here at 78K. What's the next move? It's either going to be this or it's going to be that. Well, it ended up being more immediate and a lot lower. Because I was tracking 69K and it just blew right by it today. So that didn't happen. It was worse. Bear markets, baby. Is Saylor going to buy more Bitcoin now? We will see. We'll find out this weekend if he posts his Bitcoin tracker. He's getting a lot more at 63K than all that 100K Bitcoin he was buying, where I was shaking my head at that time, just like, what is he doing? Right, we could start buying Bitcoin at 63K and we will have a lower average than MicroStrategy, who's been buying since 2019. Yep. But most people who really look at the market says this is not the bottom for Bitcoin. That's why there's not a lot of buying going on for us to get a relief rally. There's so much negativity in the market. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, DB. If Anthony was doing opposite what I said, if I actually did say 35 cents and he bought following that, wait, that doesn't match his strategy. Yeah, DB, you're right. Interesting. Interesting. Any info on clarity legislation? I have no idea what's going on. It just keeps getting pushed out. It may not be for months before that actually gets worked out now. I'm not a big fan of it anyway because it's SEC versus the CFTC and stablecoins. That's all it is. I haven't seen any posts from Michael Saylor. Let's see what he said at Michael Saylor. Let's see what he's saying today. Update on MicroStrategy financial results. Oh, that's from Q4 2025. Nobody cares. Q4 2025. Nobody cares. Join us at 5 p.m. today for the live stream of our Q4 earnings call. Nobody cares. That's so much in the past now. Here's what Michael Saylor says. HODL. That's it. There you go, some fox. This is what Michael Saylor says. HODL. This account, him says, Saylor, please, the wife has left me. She took the kids. I told her we were going to Valhalla. Instead, I am at the job center. Please save me, Mr. Saylor. Oh, my God. So this is what Michael Saylor has to say about today, is HODL. Adam wants to know what the Megal stock is. It's just a little swing trading thing that I do. And I've made money maybe 9 out of 10 swings. There was one where I sold at the end of December that I took the L on as a tax harvesting thing. But every other time I've done it, I've made money. And it's like $1,000 or $2,000 each time. So I bought in again. It's a crap Chinese stock. But once a month, it goes on a big run. Just about like clockwork. King of Kings. MicroStrategy seems like a solid play when the time is right. Well, anything is a good play when the time is right, but MicroStrategy, I wouldn't be touching right now. Still. And I said that a month ago. I was like, don't buy. Oh, it's dropping so much. I said, don't buy. The risk is too huge. Bitcoin is below this $76,000 line. That means MicroStrategy is in the red on all of their Bitcoin holdings that they have had since 2019. We're below that line. That's their average price. Nothing good about that. Nothing good about that. Something is always about to crash. Well, there are market cycles, and the Bitcoin market cycle is a real thing. The Bitcoin halving, the money supply just seems to be rotating every 4 years. We have a US presidential election every 4 years. It all kind of like creates this cyclical nature. I mean, you can go back years when I said 2026 is going to be a bear market. I'll bet I said it in like 2023 or 2022. 4-year cycle. 2026 will be a bear market. I might have to actually go back and look for that myself because none of you guys will. But I do believe I said it. That the next bear market will be 2026. I said, I'm not holding into 2026. And I sold 85% of my crypto in 2025. Early 2025. If Bitcoin mining companies start going under and they get liquidated and they have to sell, that is more downward pressure on the price of Bitcoin. Last year was the worst leverage wipeout ever. Yep. $20 billion in one day. Today, let's get the latest here. It's $2 billion today. 2 billion right there. I don't know what's the best BTC mining indicator to look at. Red Bull. Yes, I show you this all the time. This was my outlook. Was this bear market through the summer? So I think Doge will do this. It's just now at a lower price than what my fractal was. And no one was believing my fractal. But it's now lower than this even. That's how bad we've had it here for the past couple months, really. Not good. I'll buy it 40. Everything's going down now. Yeah, today's a crash across the board. Now, it's not a huge crash. We've had a lot worse, but it's a crash today. Did you see my morning video this morning? Why is crypto crashing? Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Made a whole video about it. Right there. Now I just came on for an emergency live stream because of what was happening on a Thursday. Summers are slow for crypto, always. And that's why I'm going to be buying in the summers, just like I did in 2023 during the summer. I was loading up on crypto in the summer of 2023 at lower prices than we have now. Not the bottom. Crypto could drop to 30. Yeah. I'll probably start buying in the summer at whatever the price is. Maybe it'll be higher than that, maybe lower. I don't know. But yeah, Oscar, sad day today. I wish prices in the store. You know what never drops in prices? Never drops? It's like your like HOA fees of a condo or an association, right? That price never drops. Your property taxes never drop. They always go up. It's going down. Timber. We had a summer of chop. We did. We were tracking that right through the summer. And then the chop ended. I heard Saylor is like down $7 billion now. $7 billion on his Bitcoin holdings. Just like the Smiths, that joke isn't funny anymore. Yep, that was a good song. Oh, Morrissey just crooning along. Sadness. Thank you, some Fox. Eric is like, everybody should be a cycle believer now. I mean, come on. Are there still people denying that we're in a bear market? That's crazy. Wonder what Raw Paul's saying now. He's going to come up with some other excuse why everything is going to turn around and go right back up, which it's not. Also, a reminder to everybody, special Super Bowl halftime live stream coming on Sunday. Super Bowl halftime live stream, because I'm not going to watch that crap. Bad Bunny crap. Not going to watch it. Turning my TV off, coming in here, and we'll go live for about 25 minutes. So it'll start around, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. I think will be when halftime is. So have your notifications on, be subscribed. So you get that little notification. KrissPax is live. Super Bowl halftime Dogecoin spectacular. It's cheaper to mine it in Iran. Super expensive in Italy. All depends on where you live, right? You sold? I did sell. Like I said, I sold 85% of my crypto in early 2025. I kept Doge, and I kept some Bitcoin and some others just in case, because you never know. The fall of 2025 could have been glorious. It could have been. I was keeping that just in case. Thank you, Charlotte. Not a wizard, but I appreciate it. Don't blame Kriss. Go ahead, David. People want someone else to blame. All right. All right. Hello, Eric. Right now, I'm looking at 54K based on my chart analysis. 54K would be the new bear market bottom this summer. 54K could go lower. I mean, this is pretty bad right now. Nobody predicted this. In early February, would be at 63,000. Nobody predicted that. Not this fast. Thank you, Some Fox. Appreciate it. Yep, I did. I said, I'm a believer in the 4-year cycle until it's no longer a 4-year cycle. And I explained to everybody how the altcoins front ran Bitcoin, but it's still a Bitcoin-based 4-year cycle because it's based on the Bitcoin halvings. And Bitcoin had a new all-time high in October 2025. That matches the 3-year, 11-month theory, because that's about how far apart the Bitcoin halvings are. Such were the all-time highs. $7 billion lost. It's all on paper, though. Right? It's unrealized losses. And then you just say, everybody just hodl. Just hodl. You like when Doge plays All Eyes on Doge? I like when Kriss plays that too. Because why not, right? It's Doge. We got to have some fun.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Ah! I wish I could dance like that. I wish I could dance like that. We do have lower fuel prices. That's what's keeping us from being in a recession, actually, David. Otherwise, we would be in a recession. If it wasn't for Trump and drill, baby, drill, we'd be in a recession. But he's keeping us out, both with that and his tariffs. You need to build in America, which is going to keep that GDP number up. And it's the way to skirt recession. Trump knows that. Can't wait for the game. Go Pats. No Boston meetup. Not anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody making money today, Anthony, unless you're shorting. Only if you're shorting. Thank you, Charlotte. Patriots. Yeah. Super Bowl, halftime spectacular, right here. Right here. At this point, Daniel, what do, right? You bought at 23. ETH is down to 1850 now. Do you hold? I can't tell you what to do. I wasn't buying a couple of days ago anyway, so I don't have any of these recent purchases. I'm still holding what I've had from before, but I'm not selling now. I'm just going to ride it through. And I'll buy more on the dips that I think are going to come this summer. That's my plan. October 25 feels like so long ago. Yeah, because we're just getting beaten to a pulp right now. Doge is still at 88.7. So maybe this whole thing slows down here and we start drifting sideways. Maybe that's the next move right now. It's after 4 o'clock. Stock market's closed. $60K as low as it goes. Mark my words, Anthony says. $60K. That's a bold forecast there. If I practice, I could learn to dance. Oh, it's the magnets, the magnets. No, go Hawks, no. Yeah, where did you guys end up on a number? Where'd you guys end up? And Charlotte, you should have held out for the points too, whatever the spread is. Just to give yourself a little bit of an edge. I had a chance to sell 2025, little profit before your cycle proved itself. Yeah. 670. A lot of Doge Kyle has, going to hold for years. Smash the like, thank you. Buy on the red candle, sell on the green. That's my motto. Deal. The Patriots lose, they're going to cost you $670. It's not my problem. I don't gamble sports. I really don't. I remember a couple years ago doing a gamble during a live stream with someone. And I won, and that guy never showed up again. He just didn't show up again. It was just like, I'll have plenty of time to practice before the party. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Charlotte bought some today. Yeah, 670. 60K is roughly the Fibonacci 50% retracement level for Bitcoin. Buy at 60. All right, Anthony. Good luck with that. You bought SWI, XRP, and Chainlink. Yeah, SWI below $1. Went below 90 cents even. They're not bad crypto projects, just in a bear market, you're just not going to win. Depending on, it doesn't matter how good your crypto project is. That's what we've learned this cycle. There was all this, oh, once you have utility, right? Everybody's going to buy. Maybe for a short term, and then it's going to fall off like everything else. Rob says Doge 4 cents, Bitcoin 38K. Grinder's leverage trading. Solana price. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier. $78. Solana's a tough chart. That's a pretty big drop off. Solana has not been this price since 2023. 2023 was the last time Solana was under $80. 2023. So if you buy now, all these people who bought Solana for the last 2 years bought at a higher price than you if you buy now. I would expect it to come all the way back down to 20 maybe, or 30. No, seriously. I don't know if percentage-wise that's going to be a really big drop. And Bitcoin's not going to drop that much percentage-wise from here. I don't think so. unless we get some crazy, like, total crypto blow off, black swan event. You bought some physical silver coins. Good luck with those. Am I going to do another KrissPax portfolio? I was toying with the idea of doing some stock, like dividends, like buying a bunch of dividend stocks when the stock market eventually does a big crash, which I think it will. So I got to start doing some research on which dividend stocks to buy. I think I'm going to do that. I'll still dabble in other crypto. I still have my original KrissPax portfolio. It's all there except some of the Doge and the stacks. I sold the stacks for the loss, and I took the loss on that just for some more tax loss harvesting. Where is stacks right now? 24 cents. Is that right? It's right where I sold. It came all the way back down. Stacks came all the way back down. Came all the way back down to where I sold on New Year's. So now I can buy back in and maybe wait and buy it in even lower, back into the KrissPax portfolio, and we go from there. Maybe I do that. Yeah, because I sold up here at about 25. Yeah, maybe about 25 cents. And now it's at 24. Huh. I might have to think about that. But that's the only one that I sold. And then I transferred a bunch of the Dogecoin to my MyDoge wallet so I could then pay out to all of the members. Remember the member payout? That was just about a year ago. And do you remember, of course, Ryan will remember, right? Ryan always remembers all this stuff. I did those payouts in March 2025 while the tariffs were killing crypto. And I believe I said something at the time like, I don't know where crypto is going to go from here, so I'll just do the payouts now. It was something like that. And so we did it in March 2025. That ended up being a pretty good time to do it. If people wanted to sell, they sold and didn't wait for the bear market. So yeah, that was some Doge out of that KrissPax portfolio that went to that. I was staking Solana and the price drop killed my yield. Eesh. I know, 2 years of gains gone on Solana. Gone. XRP will drop more. I believe so. $1.15. Still going down. Buy half now and half later. There are some people who believe in that, and that's it. I mean, DCA down, that's what others were saying. But I'm in a position now where I still have my taxes to pay for 2025. So after April 15th is when I can begin, because I don't even know what my tax bill is right now. I won't know for another month when my tax accountant gets through all the numbers. I haven't got my 1099 DA forms yet. I haven't got those from the exchanges, Robinhood, Coinbase, Crypto.com. I need those 1099 DA forms to see what the exchanges say. I mean, I have my own spreadsheet and I have an idea, but I need those 1099 DA forms to send to my tax accountant. And it's now, what, February 5th, and they haven't done them yet. So I wait. You're waiting for Solana? I think they're selling Bitcoin to get out of crypto. I don't think they're buying Doge. I don't think there's a rotation going on. unfortunately. You want to play around with another portfolio? You're welcome, Jason. That was a fun thing to do. David thinks silver is going to move back up. 100% of the silver mine to cover the paper. Is there still a big divergence between silver across different, in different countries? Probably. I just don't trust the US paper price. So manipulated, especially with Binance involved. Yes, Binance again involved. I don't trust it. Don't trust it at all. So yeah. So that's what we've got today. Welcome to bear market again, guys. We'll see what happens from here. We'll see what happens from here. I have a video tomorrow morning, and I'll be live again Friday afternoon. So we'll pick up on this tomorrow. Despite all the markets pulling back, we are Doge lovers, Doge followers. We try and have a little bit of fun. So I hope there was a little entertainment value in this live stream. I'm glad you guys stuck it out. And we'll be back tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a good evening. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.